Hi everyone and welcome back to the Naio channel. I'm Steffi Fernandez and in today's video we'll be taking you on a journey into
the upside down.
The upside down. Oh yes, we're going to be doing a nail art inspired by the famous Netflix hit Stranger Things. I'm going to be painting a nail with the upside down background and the famous silhouette of Dustin on a bike. Yes, let's get cracking. So we're starting off by putting a layer of serious black all over the nail, and for this design I'm going to be using an extra long square nail because I love length. When you have length on nails, that means you can squeeze in a lot more art, and let's face it, the more art the better. You just get the fluff off. Okie dokie, so we've got the nail cured. I'm gonna go and prep my palette to do something to kind of mimic that upside down world, background. So I'm gonna take Snow White, and what I'm gonna do on my palette is just paint two kind of lines, just like that. And then I'm gonna go in to our base coat, and I'm just gonna apply as well the same thing. I'm just gonna paint two lines and be generous with the color and make sure those lines are like touching each other, they're overlapping each other, so there's no space in between. I'm gonna go into my ombre brush, and I'm gonna just basically drag the brush through that color, and what I'm gonna do is start painting stripes on top of that black nail. And because we've mixed it with translucent as well, there is kind of a little bit of a gap in between, which is really cool and adds to that little smoky effect in the background. So I'm just gonna paint that on top, and don't be afraid to like go on different directions, or and there's a lawnmower at the background, guys.
Yeah, sorry everyone.
They always choose to trim the grass when I paint.
One day it's Tuesday, one day it's
Wednesday. I know, Thursday. Any day that I film is a great day for them to do the...
They just hear that we're up here, Steffi. And then
yeah, no?
Oh, they won't mind.
So I've got this background here ready, if you can get a shot of that as well. So it's quite kind of marbly, if it makes sense. I'm gonna pop this back into the lamp and we'll carry on. So we've got this layer over here cured, and what I'm gonna do is to get that really red kind of, what is it, like evil background.
Sure, yeah.
It's kind of flamey, scary. I'm gonna take a jelly gel polish that's called Wild Strawberry, and I'm just gonna apply a nice thick layer on top of this nail. So then we kind of tint it, and it just looks super spooky.
We've got an alarm now, Steffi.
It's not a great day for us to so I'm gonna paint a nice thick layer, make sure it's nice and even, and then I'm gonna pop it back into the lamp. So I've got this layer cured. I'm gonna go in with a lint-free wipe and just take off the tacky residue, just because of course it's tinted, and I'm gonna paint on top of the nail, if I get my words right, on top of the nail with white. And I don't want the white to mix into it, because otherwise it will look really it won't look as white, it'll look pink. So I've prepped Snow White on the palette, and I'm just gonna get some on my Is it 002 brush? Yes. So to start painting this iconic kind of, is it a silhouette of the bike? They riding on the bike. So that's what I want to do on this nail. I'm going to start by painting half a shape of a heart. So I'm going to just do a straight line on here. And then I'm going to go in and just paint that half a heart kind of thing. I'm going to do that and then just bring it together. Just like so. So I'm going to fill in that shape that we drew. And I'm going to be kind of breaking this down for you guys so you kind of understand maybe how my brain works when I paint. And I am weird, but it works. I'm now going to go in and basically pull out a line just on here. And that will be the hat. I'm now going to go in and start kind of just doing a little nose on here. So everything is done basically from that shape that I started with earlier. So I'm just kind of pulling out of that shape to create the rest of the head. And then I'm going to flick out a little bit of the paint, and that will give me the hair. And that's the head done. Easy as that. I'm now going to go in and paint a rectangle. I know it sounds weird, but I like to do it this way because then it kind of helps me do the rest of the body. So I'm just going to paint a rectangle, and feel free to pause the video and just follow each and every step because then it will make your life easier. Painting a rectangle, and I'm going to fill it in. Of course, the body is not going to be this shape, but I like to break it down into shapes and then kind of expand from that shape. Now we want to add the backpack at the back, so there's going to be a little bump here and then another bump just under the mini one that we just did. So that's the shape of the back of the body. So I'm just kind of connecting the rectangle with the head so I can have a bit of a, so there's a neck there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do now is basically add a little bum on the bottom, just like that. I'm now going to go in and do the arm. So I'm just going to extend that rectangle. I'm going to draw a line out of it. So I'm going to leave this top bit over here because that can be like the collar. So I'm going to paint the arm. And again, you don't want it to be a straight line. You want it to have a little bit of kind of folds in it. So it doesn't have to be a super neat straight line. I'm now going to go in and start with the legs. So I'm just going to paint a nice straight line over here. And then I'm going to curve it. And that will give us the knee. So I'm going to curve it and carry on down. I'm now going to connect a line from the bum all the way down to the end of the line that we drew just previously when we painted the knee. And now I'm going to fill that section in. And if you break it down into shapes, it really will be a lot easier for you guys to paint rather than thinking, oh, I have to do this line and this line. And now I'm going to start with basically one of the legs. So I'm going to be bringing some of the product down, and I'm going to create another bump just here and keep pulling that product down. So there's two legs there. Let me just curve it a little bit more. And now we're just aiming to paint that foot at the bottom. So it's just going to be a shape of a shoe, really. So I'm going to do it here. And I'm going to connect it with the line that I drew here. It doesn't have to be super thin because the trousers are covering the shoe. Okay, so we've got the figure nearly ready. I'm just gonna get one of the other feet to kind of poke through here, so we are not missing the other leg. So we've got the figure ready. I'm now gonna start painting the bike. So I'm now gonna start painting the seats. So I'm just gonna drag a line under the bottom, just like so. So we've got him sitting on some sort of a chair. I'm now gonna paint a line down in a diagonal line. So we've done that line, and now we're gonna go in and just create another line over here, and that line will be a small thin line-ish, and that will continue all the way here. So make sure it's nice and straight. Now, if you feel that you're doing really good and not messing up and the figure looks insane, feel free to pop this into the lamp, because if you kind of screw up, then you'll be a bit upset and you have to wipe the whole thing. So if you need to cure it in between, take your time and do so. So we've got the line, and now I'm going to do another little line over here to go and not meet the other line, but kind of go towards it, just like so. I'm now going to go in and start painting what looks like a triangle. So I'm just going to go and drag a line down here. Okay, and then I'm going to do another line over here, just like that. So we've got most of the bike nearly ready. So now I'm going to start continuing the arm a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of create a semicircle and fill it in. So that's the arm, the hand, sorry. And then I'm going to start kind of mapping out the top of the bike. So I'm just going to do a straight line over here. Okay. And now I'm going to do a bit of a broken kind of line on this side. So I'm just going to do this, pull it in a little bit, and then a nice straight line down. All right, so we've got that done. I want this line to finish where this triangle meets. So it has to be pulled down slightly more, because this is the midsection of the wheels. And let me just, I might have extended it a little bit too much. Let me just get a brush. Right, so we fixed it. And now I'm gonna start doing the wheels. So I'm gonna start painting the semicircle. Okay, I will have to pull it in down a little bit more so it's in the center, and I'll do the same semicircle on the other side. Cool. I'm just going to refine the shape of the circle now.
Who's your favourite Stranger Things character, Steffi?
I'll let you guess. Let's see if you know me. Let's putting you on the spot.
Well, you like metal, so do you like the new guy, Eddie?
I do like Eddie, but he's not my favorite character.
It's not your favourite
But
character.
I do love him though, I won't lie.
He's pretty cool.
He's so cool. But he's definitely my type. Who
Who doesn't love who you're painting, Dustin?
That's
Everyone
right.
loves Dustin.
That's Dustin.
That's your
Dustin is
favourite?
my favorite, yeah. Dustin is literally, he's so funny. And I also love Steve.
I was going to say that.
Steve is just
Steve's
like,
one of my
oh,
favourites.
yeah, he's one of my favorites. And I just ruined it. You get distracting me. You just kept talking about Eddie. and look what
Suddenly
happened.
Got even hotter in here than it already
It's just
was.
a little bit hotter in here, that's right. Even Billy. Oh, Billy. Billy is a bit of me. So I'm just gonna thicken the circles a little bit, and then we're gonna add a little bit more detail. So we're gonna just go ahead and paint a bit of a circle in the midsection of the wheel, and then I'm just gonna be pulling out lines, just like so. And they don't have to be perfect. It's just for
the spokes of the bike, isn't it?
Yeah. So I've got that. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. I'm gonna add the pedal, guys, because I just noticed it and I fancy doing it. So I'm gonna add the pedal just underneath. Yeah, not that it makes much difference, but I know it's there. And if I know it's there and it's not on my nail, then I know it will annoy me. Before we top coat it, guys, actually, I know I've messed up saying that we're gonna top coat it, but I forgot about the fluff. You can't do the upside down whirl without the fluff, can you? So I'm gonna be taking my 0003 brush and just kind of doing random spots here and there in different kind of sizes and shapes. Of course, it's not going to be proper round because it isn't in the film. There we go. I'm going to pop this into the lamp, and that it's all good. It's all good. And then top coat it. So top coat cured. This is what it looks like, shiny, and it's super cute, but I want it matte. And the reason I've put a top coat, of course, I've discussed it a few times, is because I like to seal in the art before and level it all out so it looks nice and ready to prep for when I put the matte top coat on. I'm just going to apply a nice thin layer and I'll show you the end result. And that's it, guys. There you have it, the final result. Definitely looks a lot better in matte. What do you think?
Oh, I love it.
It's so cool. I love it. If only everyone would let me do a press-on set that's that long on them. That'd be great.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, take the cap off and then it could be Will or
That's
Elle
right.
or Lucas.
I mean, they all wear caps, don't they?
I don't know.
I think it's more of a Dustin
thing.
thing. Definitely, it's a Dustin thing. But it's so cool and so much fun to create. And yes, if you do break any shape that you copy into shapes, individual shapes, like the belly can be a rectangle or the legs can be a straight rod kind of shape or whatever, then it'll be easier for you to guys, you know, actually do art. It's not as complicated, so it'll be nice if you just pause this video and try and paint it with me. I promise you, you will enjoy it. So that's it, guys, for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I will see you all on the next one. Take care, guys.
Inspired, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a bit of lipstick.
Have I on the teeth? On my teeth? Oh, sorry. My teeth.
On your teeth.
On my teeth. So now that my teeth is clean, let me just put some white.